podcast, we always do what we call a tip of the week. Many times we share multiple tips of the week. If you guys want to hear some of the additional tips, you're welcome to, again, check out our YouTube podcast, Facebook channel as well. So you can see all of the different things that we share as part of the association. And then for those of you guys who are joining us online, again, welcome. Love to have you join us at a live meeting. So at some point we'll do a scan of the room so you can see everyone who is here live and in person with us. And it's your opportunity to network with other real estate investors. And I recognize that not all of you guys can be here live and in person, but for those of you guys who are able to join us, I'd love to be able to have you. I'd love to be able to get to know you and share some of these different things that we do as part of the Real Estate Investor Association. So I want to transition into what we call the tip of the week. So this is us being able to share different tribal knowledge with you guys that we've learned over the many years of real estate investing. And I have a spreadsheet with probably about 100 to 200 different tips that I get to share with you guys. So we'll get started with what that looks like today. So, and I'll also want to show you some of the different tips that we have shared just over the last several weeks. So I've got the prior tips in black here on the screen, and today's tip is something called flip the script. So when we talk about flipping the script, I hear a lot of investors, especially new investors who are not doing any marketing or doing very little marketing, say this. And I'm curious, just by raise of hands, have you ever said recently, either to yourself or to someone else, there are no deals out there? Anyone? Laura, I think you are calling out Jace and putting him on Front Street. Yes, okay, I can see that. I could just see this little, like, that was you last night when we were in bed. You were saying that. Remember what she said? You said it just like that, except she said it more sad. Yeah, is that right? Okay, all right. So, would you like me to help you flip the script when it comes to that conversation and when it comes to being able to find deals? So the first thing that I want to say is, the first thing I want to ask you, Jace, and actually I'm going to ask, is it Laura? I can barely read it from here. The first thing I want to ask Laura is, because you'll tell me the truth, I can just tell. What kind of marketing is Jace doing? You just moved here. Okay, yeah. Welcome. Okay. Were you investing where you had been previously? Okay. Okay, all right, wonderful. Okay, good. Well, you guys are in the right spot. So how many of you guys? I could only read one set of person in here. But how many of you guys have said that? Who have been looking at real estate for a while? There aren't deals there. Does this mean? I don't know what this means. Is this code? Is this like I've been doing it for 3 days, or is this like maybe a little I've been saying that, or okay, a little bit. Okay, all right. Okay, so tell me what marketing looks like for you. You don't do any marketing. Guys, please write this down. It's very simple. No marketing, no deals. Yes, no marketing. Yes, you are correct. There are no deals if you are not marketing. That is the end of that story. But I'll tell you, as part of our presentation here tonight, we will share with you several of the different marketing strategies that have kept us from this, okay? So kept us from having not enough deals. So we're going to share with you the different marketing strategies, and we've identified about 65 different marketing strategies, and there's actually even more than that, but those are some of the top marketing strategies that are out there. And some of you guys are thinking like, great, so she's going to give me the silver bullet tonight. Yes? Yes? The truth is, there's no silver bullet, right? The truth is there's no silver bullet other than being consistent with several different types of marketing. Because the market changes and your marketing needs to change and adapt with it. And you need to have several different strategies as a real estate investor. You'll have some strategies that are a little bit longer lead time marketing strategies. Who are we going to market to that's going to be a longer lead time? The probate list. Probate list is a long, you're going to be marketing to them for not weeks, not months, in some cases years, but they will be some of the best deals that you will ever do. So if you're just using probate, you might not get a deal right away, but it will be a funnel for you to be able to create deals in the future. So the first thing I want to say again, if you are not doing marketing, yes, you are going to have a very difficult time as a real estate investor. Now, here's the trap that a lot of people who want to invest in real estate, well, I'll ask you guys, what is the trap that a lot of people who want to invest in real estate but don't want to do the marketing fall into? You pay someone else. How much do you pay them? Someone says, whatever they ask. Keep the doors locked, please. This is going to be a long night, okay? How much do we typically pay? Well, who is this person we're paying? Property management company? No. Realtor? No. Wholesaler, who said that? Yes, you look like a wholesaler, am I right? No. He's like, don't look at me like that. Open the doors. He's like, open the doors. You're not opposed to it. Yeah, no, I'm not either. So that's one of the strategies that we use. But I will tell you this. The typical fee that you'll pay a wholesaler is somewhere between $5,000 and $10,000, right? $5,000 and $10,000. Pretty typical. Pretty typical. How many deals do you get for that between $5,000 and $10,000? That'd be one. If you were to put your own $5,000 or $10,000 into your own marketing, would you get more than one deal? Someone said more than likely, no one else is listening. So yes, you would get more than one deal if you were putting your own money into real estate marketing. And what are some of the things we need to be super careful of when we're working with wholesalers? Somebody answered what Warren Buffett's #1 rule for investing is. Don't lose money. And we said, how do we make sure that's not the case? We do our due diligence. Write this down, please. I know, Brian, you're writing stuff down. I appreciate that. Trust but verify. Trust but verify. Okay, Brian, cross that out. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Write this. Trust no one. Verify everything. Okay? You promise. Pinky promise? Everyone, pinky promise. Yes, please trust no one, verify everything when it comes to getting your due diligence. Because the only way you're going to make money is if that due diligence is done and done correctly. And is there just a tiny little conflict of interest if the person who's bringing you the deal is also providing you all the due diligence, is also the one that's going to get paid if you believe they're BS. BS is a technical term, real estate term. We'll dig into that later. The answer is you're going to have a problem. Okay, you're going to have a problem. So pinky, you guys all pinky promise me that you would not fall into the trap of paying someone $5,000 to $10,000 to get one deal, right? So that means you'll do your own marketing. And if you don't do your own marketing and you're buying from a wholesaler, which is okay, you guys will all pinky promise me, and that's the only way I'm unlocking the doors, that you would do your own due diligence to be able to make sure that you actually have a deal, So for those of you guys who say, no deals, they say, well, how do you define a deal? We went through the real estate investor maximum allowable offer formula in the last session. How do we define a deal? Roughly 70% of ARV minus repairs, right? Roughly that is our answer. And I typically, when I refer to that as solving for X. I want to solve for X. What is X? X is a good deal. And if I can get it at that 70% of ARV minus repairs, or something very close to that, then that's a good deal. But if I'm not solving for X and it's not a good deal, what do I need to do now? Someone says walk away. Who else? Say it again. Creative financing. Okay. Negotiate the price. Yes. What else? What else? I can't get it at 70% of ARV minus repairs. I can only get it at 85% of ARV minus repairs. And when we talked earlier, we said that all of your profit is only typically between 10 to 15% of your ARV minus repairs. So if you're buying it at 85% of ARV minus repairs, you're not making any money. Or you're figuring out, like, very similarly what it's like to work at Walmart, except the outside part, because it's hot, right? So what does that mean, solve for why? What do we have to look for? If we can't get the price that we want, what do we have to look for? How do we make money off of this deal? Hold it. Hold it. Garrett, you said, I'm sorry, earlier, I think I heard you say a little bit of blasphemy in here, which was in the Real Estate Investor Association, which I think I heard you say you paid full retail. Yeah, I like you. I like you. Everybody meet Garrett. Yeah, turn around and wave. Garrett is willing to pay full retail. Why would Garrett be willing to pay full retail? Because Garrett's going to hold it long enough to watch that magic happen, right? He's going to hold it long enough. And the truth is, for a lot of the buy and holds that I have, I can't pay full retail. Like I literally would prefer to punch myself in the face. Literally, that's how serious I am about this, right? But I know a lot of real estate investors who have a strategy, a buy and hold strategy that is, hey, I just want to buy a couple of rental properties. I'm not a full-time investor. I don't know anything about marketing. I don't have time to get educated because I'm working a full-time job or whatever, insert excuse here, right? So I'm just going to buy retail. And you know what? I'm going to be pretty happy. Why is that? Because appreciation trumps discount over time. Appreciation trumps discount over time. What does that mean? Hold it long enough in an appreciating area, doesn't matter what you paid for it, right? If your values are going up even 10% a year, how long, and you paid full retail, how long do you have to hold it to be a quote unquote deal? Something less than 3 years because of compound interest, right? So who do we need to solve for if we have a property that's 85% of ARV minus repairs? We need to find Garrett, or even I would pay 85% of ARV minus repairs all day long, but I would have to hold it long enough to wait for that magic to happen. And just to be clear, Garrett, you're doing, so you have 6 doors. That's fantastic. So I don't, I hope may I roll this back a little bit and ask your permission to kind of also be open with you and give some advice so you can use on the next deals. I hope that's okay. All right. Don't cancel me tonight in this room. Okay. So I want to be able to address the group with courage and with an integrity, and also make sure that everyone is doing the right thing. So, but the fact that you have doors is fantastic, right? So everyone should wish that they should be Garrett, right? And we took a poll earlier. Remember that, Garrett? And no one felt sorry for you, right? So yeah, we could take that poll again. No, everyone feels pretty happy for Garrett. But again, you can make money off of these crappy deals, right? You just have to solve the right part of the equation. So if you can't solve for that perfect deal, which is that 70% of ARV minus repairs, then you need to find someone who will pay more for that deal, whether it's a buy and hold investor, or whether it's a homestead investor, or whether it's just someone who is going to move into it, right? And actually homestead it. Doesn't necessarily have to be an investor. So the other thing I say, if you can't beat them, join them. So do we have a little bit of competition in this market right here in Texas, in Austin? Who's some of our competition? Someone said wholesaler, someone said everyone. Every living, breathing people who moved here 3 weeks ago. I'm looking at you, kids. No, okay, 2 weeks. They're like, no, 2 weeks. No. So who are our other competition? Other than they're not in this room, so we can say whatever we want about them. Out-of-state people, investment firms, hedge funds, Open Door, Sunday. If anybody owns a house in Austin, you guys are getting these postcards all the time. Hey, check out what Open Door would offer you. How much is Open Door paying? Percentage of ARV minus repairs. Way too much. On average, these iBuyers are losing $8,000 per property that they buy. What do you guys think about that? And they have a $1 billion valuation. What? Yeah, that's how the world works these days. Yes? Aren't there some company like HomeAway, VRBO? They've been operating at a loss for since they started. And they're one of the darlings of Wall Street. You know that a lot of these companies that have these billion-dollar valuations are losing money? Yeah, you're competing against them. So how can you beat them? What I'm telling you is they are overpaying for every single property that they buy. How do you beat them? So Brian says, don't overpay. So you can write this down too. When you compete with stupid and you win, you've lost. You just don't know it yet, right? So let's not compete with stupid, or let's figure out how to compete with stupid. And I say stupid, I mean, once they get all of their kinks figured out and actually start making money, then we'll see, right? But I've got this second bullet point here. If you can't beat them, join them. How do you join them? Am I telling you go for a job at Open Door? Yes, they are your premium buyers. They're better than Garrett. Garrett's not going to lose money on a deal, but Open Door will, happily. You follow that? Everybody following? Can't beat them, join them. Fine. I'm going to wholesale it directly to you. Wonderful. Let's get lined up because I got a lot of really terrible deals for you. You need to lose money at what rate? I can help, right? Yes? You guys see this? Yes. Yeah. Understand their criteria. So do they buy every house, every kind of house? No. What's their criteria? Certain age, certain square footage, certain beds, baths. Does that also help you? How does that help you, that knowledge? Say it again. You can look for what's outside of what they're looking for. And that can be your exclusive focus, right? Is this good? Good tip? 3 people have really enjoyed it. Wonderful. I'm doing my job. That's fantastic. Thank you guys.